Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the channel, Shelly's Millions. I normally go live Sunday morning at 11 a.m. and Monday night at 9 p.m. So I am a little bit late chiming in today. Oh, and apparently my phone's ringing already during the stream. Today, I want to talk about the $400 gas rebate or refund, where we're at with that. I want to talk about the Life Metro Ride program that gives you free rides in Los Angeles County on the Metro line, and that includes the Expo line, the train they call it. So that is called the Life, LIFE program, and it stands for Low Income Fare is Easy. So I'll be dropping the link to that. Good morning, Diane. Yep. All right. So let's jump into the gas rebate. Also, I don't know why I never talked about this during the pandemic. Food stamps / Calfresh benefits. Those have been confirmed for the month of May. So, Mom, if you're watching, looks like you're going to get that extra food stamp bonus for the month of May. And of course, the payout in that won't be until June. So, I should have talked about that during the pandemic. Uh-oh, my friend is like blowing up my phone right now. Anyway, so where we are on the gas tax rebate or refund for $400 here in the state of California is our politicians are in a stalemate. So the governor, he wants the refund or rebate to work one way. That way is he wants it to go through the DMV. He wants it to be tied into, sorry, I'm going to turn off my heater because I feel like it's making noise. And yes, I have the heater on because my house got really cold last night and I was trying to like take the chill off, as my grandma used to say. But I think the chill is off. So turn that off. So he wants it to come through the DMV and he wants it to be $400 for up to 2 vehicles registered per owner, I guess that would be. I'm skeptical of the program being operated that way because, to my knowledge, and maybe there has, but to my knowledge, my recent memory, I can't think of a rebate or program that was tied into our DMV records, right? Like, so, and the DMV outside of the California EDD, I'm going to say is, I mean, none of the social programs are run very well. I don't think that's just here in the state of California. I think that is true all across the United States, but I just don't see that going very well outside of the California DMV. Um, Oh, outside of the EDD for unemployment benefits, like the DMV is probably the second most well known for not being run like quickly and efficiently. Thank you guys for giving me a thumbs up. I definitely really appreciate that. Um and then so that's how the governor wants to do it, right? So it'd be up to $800 per person if they had 2 registered vehicles. If you just have 1 registered vehicle, that would be $400. Someone on the chat last time, I think it was Andrew, was like, "Hey, I have this car," or maybe it was you, Infinity, saying that they have a Honda that they don't drive, that they're like, "Should I register it just to get the rebate?" But they're still at a stalemate, and so they haven't even decided. So the legislators, they want like a bunch of different things because I've heard amounts as low as $200 from them. They want it tied into people that filed tax returns. And some of the articles I've read say that they're suggesting having an upper income limit. Some articles I've read were complaining because there wasn't an upper income limit defined. So, again, that's sitting in about the $400 range. They also were saying, like, hey, we want the money to go to, and here's where it gets interesting, right? So the governor's program would only, people would only get that rebate or refund if they have a vehicle. And so the argument that the legislators have is that low income individuals are still being affected by inflation. They might not be being impacted by gas prices. Maybe they don't have a registered vehicle, but they still need to get to and from work. And even though like necessarily public transportation hasn't necessarily increased, they're still experiencing effects of inflation, right? So if they tied it into people who did their tax return, then more people without cars would get the money back. So that's kind of the argument there. However, like here in Los Angeles, we have the low income fare is easy program. We have the life program offered by Metro, which covers the Expo line. So that's like our train here in Los Angeles. It's not really a train. It's the Expo line. I don't It's not a train though. It's like the subway in New York, kind of. Anyway, the Metro rail. So, and it's kind of like BART in San Francisco, but the program's just for here in Los Angeles that I know of. So that is already available, the free public transportation. The life program is good for 90 days, 3 months. So let me link that program in the chat right now. Also, oh my God, guys. Okay. You guys know that the California, I always am recommending Yada Bank. And the reason why is they do like a little drawing every night for a number. It's not so much that they pay you based on how much you have sitting in the bank, but they have like a little prize system basically where you can win all the way up to $10 million. No one's ever won $10 million, but dang it, I didn't bring my phone. I'm going to go get my phone in a second. Oh my goodness. I got to read all your comments. All right, let me go grab my glasses and my phone. So I'm just going to leave you guys staring at nothing for like 2 seconds. So to answer Prince Ali's question and many of your questions about the gas rebate, they're at a stalemate. So it's going to be a long time before we see any of that money. One of my viewers was joking that it was going to be 2022 before we saw or 2023 before we saw any of that. Now that's seeming really likely, even if they do decide on something. I'll be right back. Hold on. Don't go anywhere, everyone. My phone, oh my goodness, my phone is in here. It was sitting right next to me and I just didn't know it, but I've gotten my glasses. So, in terms of my glasses, here they are. I've got bifocals now, but I don't love them. So anyway, hold on. Let me get to so I'm going to take them back off, but here they are, as well as my phone. I'm going to show you guys my Yada Bank, not like my information, but I'm going to show you guys that I'm one number away from tonight's pull to win $10,000. Okay. I have a lot of tickets this week because they messed something up. So if I get, guys, you got to root for number 56. If I get 56, I could win up to $10,000. Notice the up to, because other people could be waiting for number 56 also. And then I would share that $10,000 prize. And I've already won. This is the most I've ever won in 1 week off of Yada Bank. I've already won $65.87. And I do have more tickets because I just set up direct deposit from my new job with Yada Bank. Oh my goodness. And I'm silly because I should drop my Yada Bank link in the chat. They really, because of all of their savings programs and the drawings, they give you a better savings rate. I feel like I'm not speaking very well today. I'm not necessarily tired, but well, I'm not tired. Okay, you can also use code Michelle20 on Yada Bank. So I'm going to put this in the chat. That is the link, or code Michelle20 to get signed up with Yada Bank, and you get bonus like tickets if you use my referral link. Okay, you guys have a lot of questions this morning. Diane says, hope my new job is going well. It is. Also, just want to show you guys how ingrained the movie theater world is in my life. This is from the Robin Hood movie. It says November 21st. So even this is like a mug, and it's tied into a movie. So that's kind of crazy. All right. Infinity says, I would love to see this gas rebate happen because my Infinity needs new tires and they aren't cheap. Ugh, I hate that. I'm sorry that you need new tires. I just had to get new tires the same day that my water heater broke. That was not a good day, which was the day after my last day at my old job and right before my new job started. Okay, so Diane says, everybody remember to give the video a thumbs up. I would really appreciate that. And Colleen gave me a thumbs up. Vanessa, I haven't seen you in here in a long time. Your car registration is due July 10th. If I wait too close to the date to pay July 9th, do I not get the rebate? Is there a deadline when to pay? No, but make sure to pay by July 10th because you don't want to pay any late fees. So Joshua, I have my glasses, but I need bifocals now. Like it's harder to read. Ew, and they're dirty. What is that? It's harder to read your comments with my glasses on. But it's funny because like my room is really small and the wall that's just opposite me, everything's blurry over there. So my glasses are perfect for that. But when I read your comments, it takes a little bit hard. So for the gas rebate, you either, depending on how they do it, and they haven't decided, they're at a stalemate, which means it might not happen at all. I mean, both the governor and the legislators are talking about it, so it should still go through, but who knows when. So you would either need to have filed your tax return for the year of 2021, or you would need a registered vehicle, depending on how they decide to administer the rebate. The big cheese. The governor believes that this rebate will help people who didn't qualify for the Golden State stimulus of last year. I agree, let them have a little bit of something with this rebate. Yeah, and that's a really good point. So my mom would be one of the individuals impacted. She does have a registered vehicle, but she doesn't file taxes because she doesn't make enough to file taxes. She just gets a small VA pension and then her Social Security. So, or her SSI. I get them confused and she'll like clarify in the comments if she's watching. But anyway, if they decided to go the registered vehicle route, then she would get something. And of course, I would like to see my mom get something. Okay, Ricardo says they should just do 400 a month. I don't think they quite have that amount available. J-Bay, good to see you in here. Which video did you edit for Graham, Stefan, and Jack? And how's your baby? You guys that don't know, J-Bay, real estate investing, is a real estate investor, and he and I did a collaboration. And that video is up on my channel. Did we do one for your? We did one for your channel as well, right? We did. So go check out J-Bay's channel. Definitely check out our collaboration videos. And he gave his car to his sister so she could register it before the gas rebate happens. That's awesome. Okay, J-Bay, did you hear me say that I'm on for like winning $10,000 through Yada Bank for tonight? I need number 56. So, Mr. Rick says their neighbor just got out of jail and got 30K from EDD. I don't quite understand how that happens. Although, like, let's say that your neighbor got laid off from their job or let go through no fault of their own. Would going to jail count as no fault of their own? Regardless, let's say that your neighbor got let go from their job through no fault of their own. No, they wouldn't be eligible for duh, Shelly. Think about this for a second. You covered EDD through the whole pandemic because you have to be able and available to work each week. So if you're stuck in jail, then you wouldn't be able and available to work each week. So you would not be able to collect your unemployment benefits if you were sitting in the big house. So, yeah, they should not be getting 30K from EDD, and I imagine at some point that will catch up with him and he'll owe it back. So, it's a big issue. My Baddies says, everyone go exempt. Start your own business, California will have you working your whole life. Live now, not when you're 70 years old. So this is an interesting comment to me personally because I just took a new job, right? And I have this YouTube channel and it was starting to go pretty well. Last time on the live, I actually shared all of my income, like all of it from YouTube. Well, at least just from AdSense. But I have affiliate marketing. Like if you guys use my Yada Bank link, right? I don't get any money for that. I get raffle tickets. I think if you guys use that link, it's also in the description down below. Same with Weeble. With Yada Bank, you get raffle tickets. You get 100 raffle tickets extra. That's what I get. And you guys also get 100 extra raffle tickets if you sign up using my link. And then having those 100 extra raffle tickets could cause me to win a bigger prize from Yada Bank, which, by the way, to date, guys, in prizes from Yada Bank, I have won. Let's go to that page. I don't want to show you all that information. Let's see, I can't zoom in here. I've won $367.65. That's not including the $65 that I'm going to win today. And then the savings reward, which is the true interest rate. And this is since I opened the account and I've had the account for almost 2 years, I believe now, 32.25. So my savings rate for the percentage rate, my APR, my annual percentage rate that I got, including prizes for April, was 7.78%. That's almost 8%. That's almost better than like an index fund. And this month it's at 1.11%, but that's before that $67. And or is it 65? How much have I won so far? 65.87 is what I won so far on Yada Bank. Anyway, so if I get those extra 100 tickets from Yada, it's hard to say, like, did I win the $67 because of those extra tickets? Like, I'm sure it helps. Anyway, back to this comment, right? So I have affiliate marketing. The channel was starting to do well, but I decided to take a traditional job. Partially, guys, I'm going to be honest, I didn't trust myself to keep my own schedule and like post. I'm having trouble even keeping up with the lives right now. But I favor like saving and investing now. But at the same time, none of us are getting any younger. Like my knees hurt, right? My back hurts. So am I going to be able to walk around Paris or backpack around Europe when I have enough money to retire? Am I going to have that same energy and vitality to do those things? So different people value different things in life and they want different things out of life. Certainly, as long as you work for someone else, there's a cap to how much you can make. Versus if you do start your own business, and you can scale that business, there's not necessarily an upper limit. Like that's why so many people do YouTube. They do drop shipping because it's working for them and it's putting them on a fast path to retiring early. FIRE. What is that? What does the F in FIRE stand for? I can't think. Something invest, retire early, financial. Anyway, there's a whole FIRE movement about retiring early. So certainly starting your own business is one way to do that. But a lot of people, even in California, especially a lot of YouTubers, they're leaving California because our tax rate is so high. So they're doing their business elsewhere. My baddies, was he charged with a felony? It's a good question. Ah, thanks, J-Bay. I think electric car owners shouldn't be getting any kind of rebate whatsoever. Yeah, but again, like they are impacted by inflation in general. They may not be impacted by rising gas prices, but they are also impacted by inflation. We're all impacted by inflation. And inflation being like the price of milk going from $4 to $5 a gallon. Just the cost to buy anything is so expensive right now. Restaurant meals are more. If you take an Uber anywhere, they're charging like an extra 55-cent fee. So that's each way. Like, everybody in some way is impacted by inflation no matter how much you're making. Now, the ability to still live the same quality of life would be different based on your ability to be able to, you know, still pay your bills and still have that quality of life even with rising prices. Okay. You guys, we're gonna put you guys can use code Michelle20 if you're interested in signing up for Yotta Bank. Ricardo says, how much money do I have in Yotta Bank? Right now, it's not a whole lot. Right now, let me see if this says anything personal. Right now, I have $2,915.54. Now, some of that money's not mine. You're going to be like, what in the heck are you talking about, Shelly? So my friend is terrible at saving money. So my friend, out of their paycheck, this is the same one that rents my garage to work from. This is like my best friend since I was 13. Um, about 800 of that is theirs. And then I just connected my direct deposit to my Yotta Bank account. So right now I've got $2,900 in there, but I'm not actually going to be saving that in there. I had to like basically deplete my Yotta savings amount when tax time rolled around because I owed a lot of taxes last year because last year my YouTube channel did really great, which is wonderful. And then I need to, whatever, since my direct deposit is now going to Yotta Bank, what I'm doing is I'm depositing the money there to get the bonus tickets. And then I'm transferring it into a different bank account, which is actually the bank that I pay my bills out of. And I could just pay it out of Yotta Bank, but like my mortgage is with Wells Fargo. So for a long time, that was where I had my direct deposit going. But when I changed jobs, I put my direct deposit into Yotta because they give you more bonus tickets that way. And then on Monday, because Yotta will take away your top earning tickets if you transfer them. Like if I were to transfer money into my regular bank account right now, here's something to watch out for if you do sign up for Yotta. It takes away like your best winning tickets. So it would take away my ticket that's like one number away from winning $10,000. So I'm not going to transfer any money until like that drawing is done and I see that money hit my Yotta bank account. And then I'll transfer the money that I need for like my mortgage and stuff like that. Sorry, I rambled on about that a lot, but so not a lot of money in Yotta right now. My baddie says, I don't know anyone who went to jail for EDD, but those people who made the YouTube video. Interesting. There were some articles about other people that did get incarcerated for unemployment fraudulent claims. And I don't think there's a time limit on that. So even in the future, if they find out, like, and they were saying that there was a lot of fraud. So I think they can even go back and prosecute in the future. Ricardo, I don't have insurance for my car. I don't know if I qualify. I would check out like low cost insurance, but it's the car registration that potentially they would be going off of, but they haven't decided how they're going to do it yet because they're at a stalemate. Andy, good to see you. Wishes me the best. I wish you the best as well. Hope everything's going well for you. Linda says, your friend got fired from a retail position in 2021 and EDD paid anyhow, appealed. Then she got a letter from EDD saying her past employer doesn't want to pay benefits. Is she screwed? It's going to depend. Most of the time, she should appeal because most of the time the EDD sides in favor of the employee, not the employer. Like, even if they got fired, the employee can fight it and through the appeal process, and the employer can continue to also fight it and it can draw out the process. But it's something in over like 90, it's either like 93 or 97% of cases. It's really, really high. The EDD sides in the favor of the person receiving the unemployment benefits and not the employer. I think I've shared with you before. This was from my old job a very long time ago. we had someone that we terminated for tardiness, and we fought that. They were tardy more than like first time, like we coach you. Second time is a verbal warning. Third time we put you on a PIP, and if you're late again, then it's up for possible termination. So we went through all the steps. We had it documented, but they said, "Hey, I was on the bus. My cell phone was dead, so I wasn't able to even." Because the issue was really that he didn't even call us to let us know he was late. But he said his cell phone died, and so the EDD cited in his favor, even though we had a total paper trail of everything and documented it properly. Okay, Andy. Oh yeah, thank you everyone for your service. And I'm told we're supposed to say welcome home to the Vietnam vets. So yeah, thank you everyone for your service, including my mom. Thanks, Mom. Hi, Views by Shawnee. Good to see you. Did you check out Canva? Are you having any better luck with your thumbnails? All right, JB, you were a guest on the Iced Coffee Hour. Oh, I gotta check it out. The video is on your channel. Oh, the baby is good with oh, you're sick with COVID. All right, thanks. I need number 56. Yeah, and I'm really sad about the Graham Stephan mentorship, like kind of like falling through. Totally understand it on Graham's end. And honestly, it's been such a long time since I've really actively participated in the calls that I was hearing Graham's voice in my head that was like, Shelly, if you're not using it, you should cancel it. But I got in at a really good rate. I think I was only paying like $79 a month. So I was writing that off as a business expense because I was asking Graham and the team like YouTube advice questions. So that counts as a business expense, right? A mentorship for the purpose of growing my business. So I kept it and I was like, it's a business expense and I like it, but I enjoyed talking with you and Jack and Graham and Grant and Mike Wynn is really hilarious. And we did the group meetup, like only a few people came, but it was just nice meeting a couple people in person. Still need to meet you in person. I still need to make my way up north. But yeah, I'm really sad to see the group kind of dissolve, I guess, but he's keeping the Facebook active, so I'm happy about that. Diane says, thank anyone for their service. And Andy, were you in the military? I didn't know that. Hi, LaShonda. Let's see what you have to say. I have not. Oops. Who qualifies for the rebate? You didn't receive the Golden State rebate. So they haven't decided yet. They're at a stalemate on the $400 gas rebate. Newsom wants it to be tied to people who have cars registered under their name. And under his plan, you could get up to $800 if you had 2 registered cars in your name. The legislators want it to go off of people who have filed their taxes. So they haven't worked out the details of how the program would work. So it's going to be a long time before any of us actually see that rebate or refund for $400. JB, thank you. My mind totally blanked. FIRE, financially independent, retire early. There we go. Got too many acronyms in my head. My brain, guys, is like full of information. JV, if you haven't popped in a while, I started a new job. So after 25 years at my old company, on April 1st, but it's not a joke, on April 1st, I started a new job. I increased my salary by $31,000. That's why I have not been making as many YouTube videos. But is there an ant on me? This program, this company uses a lot of programs, so I'm learning a lot of new information, getting all of that set. And I think my brain is like, whoa, slow down, new information. So yeah. Hi, Jesse. Nice to see you as well. Anyway, so I started a new job. I am enjoying it, but it's challenging, but in a good way. And guys, for anybody that didn't know, like JV, you might not have known, I put in my 2-week notice with my old employer that I'd been with for 25 years. My last day was March 28th. I started the new job April 1st. On May 11th, there was a news article released that my old job where I had previously worked was closing for good, and that their last day, their last day of showing movies at my old job was actually May 22nd. So all of that happened in a really like crazy time span. And I think I'm also like, guys, when you work at a company for 25 years, those people were not just like my coworkers. I grew up with them. I was 18 when I started at that job, and I'm 44 now. I'm about to turn 45 later this year. So I grew up with all those people. And like a lot of them had worked for the company for 20, 22 years, 15 years, 7 years, like a long time, like it wasn't just like, "Oh, I know you for 2 months and like you move on to another job." No, like we liked that company. People got employed there and they stayed for the long term. So it's like mourning like this whole like big period of my life. And I guess also, I probably always kind of thought, "Hey, if it doesn't work out at this new job, like, I'll just go back to my old job." Uh, that plan's not gonna work out, so YouTube has to be my fallback plan now. Okay. Oh, oops, I didn't read this question. Albert's question. So are single individuals that don't have cars going to get any kind of stimulus from California because food does cost us money and everything is going up in price? So that's what the legislators are arguing. The legislators are saying, hey, it would be better to give it to everyone who filed taxes. And I think they're still also like, even the legislators are back and forth on the upper income limits, right? On who would qualify for the $400 gas rebate if they give it out by tax filing status instead of registered vehicles. So, but here's my opinion, honestly. If they're going to do that, why not just call it a $400 stimulus and not call it a gas rebate or refund? Just call it the Golden State stimulus again or something. Because And yeah, I agree with you. Like that would cover more people, right? But then people are like, well, people with electric cars shouldn't get the gas rebate because they don't drive. But yeah, everyone is affected by food costs. And guys, maybe you're like people who drive electric vehicles, maybe they have a lot of money, but not necessarily. Like the entry level Tesla, especially if you bought it like several years ago, was pretty affordable. It's gone up in price because inflation, and there used to be like rebates too. Like Graham Stephan has a whole video about how he got his Tesla for $78. Now he has a video about how he got his Tesla Roadster for $6,000. I got to get in on that. But anyway, that reminds me about something I have planned. But anyway, like Teslas didn't, if you got the entry level model, didn't necessarily cost a lot of money. And I knew people that were working for me making literally $16 an hour, and they were driving a Lexus that they were paying for through a lease. They lived with their family. If you're watching, you know who you are. So a Tesla was cheaper than this Lexus that my employee making minimum wage basically was leasing. I would always yell at him about that, obviously. Um, but I mean, he was able to afford it, I guess. I don't know. I can't, I don't think that was a good choice personally. But do what makes you happy in life. But those kinds of financial choices are probably not going to get you where you want to go in the long run. But anyway, my point is that it's possible for people to have an electric vehicle and not like be like rolling in money. They could need assistance as well. I think generally it's seen like, oh, if you drive a this or a that, like if you drive a Lexus, like Andrew was in the channel, he was getting unemployment. He drove a Lexus. Somebody's in the chat, they have an Infinity. But that doesn't, they bought their Infinity a long time ago and they're just doing the repairs and maintenance. So you never know what someone's situation is. So an electric vehicle owner could be impacted by all the inflation and the rising food cost and everything just as much as the rest of us. That's what I'm trying to say. Diane says a family member took an Uber from LAX to your house in Burbank, $160. That's a lot. They always get you there from the airport. Ugh, and I'm sorry, that stinks. Josie says, happy Memorial Day weekend. Yes, happy Memorial Day weekend, and thank you to those who served. Oh, shoot, I just lost my place. Here we go. I don't normally lose my place now that I'm using StreamYard. Joel, oh yeah, how's your new job? You used to drive for Uber, but you know that Uber drivers only get paid not even a third of what the passengers paid. It's a terrible business model, and don't take Uber anymore. Good advice. Jesse, you came in late, so there's eligibility on the gas rebate, income-wise or money in the bank. They haven't decided. They literally are just at a stalemate, and they haven't decided. So they've been throwing lots of things around, and nothing has been decided. Hi, Sugar Sprinkles. I haven't seen you in a long time. How are you? I'm good. I hope you're good as well. Thank you, J-Bay. It's definitely challenging. It's similar industry, but it's a little bit more restaurant based. It's very cool though. It's very like hip. I feel like I fit in there more. It's just a lot to learn. But I knew that going in, I knew it would be a challenge, and I'm totally up for it. Hi, Scotty. How many jobs do you have these days? Also, Debbie, I don't see you in here. Let's have our little appearance from our green guy, aka Baby Yoda. Baby Yoda's happy today. I know that you're going to want the movie update. Both Top Gun Maverick and Bob's Burgers are doing very well for us. And the new Downton Abbey movie is not doing as well, which is unfortunate. Yeah, but we're busy. So that's good. Okay. Oops. Joel says, legislators are taking way too long. Every day they're delayed, the more we hurt. Yeah, basically. Colleen, I think you mentioned that my mom served in the military since she's receiving a severance. Please wish her our best this Memorial Day weekend. Mom, do you hear that? People are thanking you for your service. She didn't serve for a very long time, but her story is actually really interesting. But she did serve during the Vietnam War. They didn't send women, I don't think. They didn't send women, right, into combat. Well, they definitely didn't send them into combat. But I think she was not a nurse. That was the only time they sent women. So she was still here in the US, but she was in the military during the Vietnam War. And it wasn't pretty. So yeah, thanks, Mom, for your service. Okay, Jason says, speaking of rebates and inflation, what are my thoughts on California addressing inflation by handing out money? I get that people are struggling, but isn't this adding fuel to the fire? Yeah, so this isn't something that I talk a lot about with my viewers, but I have a problem with not just the way, not a problem, right? I think it's really hard for society in general when you're struggling. It's hard to see beyond your personal need and your personal experience. And I'm not faulting anybody for that, right? I think very few individuals look beyond their individual experience. And I'm going to go on a small tangent on an example on this. I am born and raised in California. And when I visited several other states now. I can't think of an exact food chain, but even fast food restaurants. I think Taco Bell is nationwide, but Taco Bell is my favorite restaurant, so I'm going to use them as an example. It's possible that Taco Bells don't exist in every state. I think actually Taco Bell does. But when I traveled, right, everybody's like, In-N-Out. In-N-Out's a perfect example. That's the one. So we have In-N-Out burgers here in California. It didn't even occur to me to think, like, if I'm able to go down the street and get it, it didn't really even occur to me that someone down the road, someone one state over, wouldn't be able to just drive down the road and get an In-N-Out burger, right? That's specific. It's a specific need to California. And that's just one example of one way for me personally, until I had kind of, gotten older and traveled a little bit more, that I realized, hey, like what I have available to me here isn't available to everyone. And on like the grander scheme of things, I knew that like, okay, not everybody can go to the beach, not everybody can go to the mountains, like some people don't have like these natural wonders. But in terms of like what restaurants are available to you, what kind of cuisine is available to you, I didn't really think like, especially I was like, oh, it's the United States, like we all have the same things, but we don't. We all have different resources, and that's kind of crazy. So anyway, my point in this is that I think that the government created a lot of debt, right? And at some point, I don't see how it's not going to catch up with us. I don't. I think that we probably gave out too much money. I somewhere down the line, someone is gonna have to figure out how to get that paid back and lower it. And that normally comes in the form of cutting programs. But I think it's hard for people to kind of conceptualize that when, like, especially my viewers are in so much need for assistance. Earlier in the program, I was talking about food stamps, SNAP got extended. And yes, people need help with buying food and groceries right now, more help than in the past. Um, but the money's coming from somewhere. Either we're going into more debt, which is like credit card debt, kind of, which is bad, or like we're cutting other programs, which is also bad. And this is why sometimes people during the pandemic, when I was talking about unemployment, they were like, Shelly, you're so fair. Like, you should run for governor. I don't envy the choices that they have to make, right? Libraries are important. Filling potholes is important. Like, that can damage if you're already struggling financially and you hit a pothole and it damages your car and you have to make repairs on your car because of that, if our roads aren't up kept properly, then that's really going to put someone in a pickle financially, right? And let's even go crazy. Let's talk a little bit about defund the police, right? I don't agree with the amount of force that the police often use, especially for people of color. But things are a little I don't know, they're talking about violence increases, right? Like home robberies and things. And at the same time that I don't want police to use force on people, like unnecessary force, I want there to be a police officer available if someone is robbing my home. And I don't quite know how to reconcile those two things, right? I I don't want money for the police to be used for violent things, but I want someone to be able to protect me. I don't think all of these social issues have easy answers, I guess is my answer. But yeah, I don't envy the position that a lot of our politicians are in. I would also like to say this would be interesting to talk about with Graham. Um, in terms of the taxes, right? Like California voters, we actually voted for a lot of these tax increases. We said, yes, we don't want potholes in our roads. So it's okay to add this tax to our gas to fund that. And oftentimes the gas tax actually isn't to fund fixing potholes in roads and adding traffic lights or stop signs where you need them. Um, Oftentimes that extra tax actually goes to schools. You've got a little one now. Like, so do you want that to fund school programs? We voted yes on these taxes. A lot of them. It's us that said, yeah, here in California, we said, yes, we think we want to pay this extra tax in order to fund these programs that are having trouble getting the proper funding from the government because the government doesn't have unlimited money. So part of the taxes that we pay here in the state of California are because we went to the voting polls and we said, yep, we'll pay an extra 15 cents per gallon. And 15 cents per gallon isn't a lot of money for what, when we come together collectively and all pay 15 cents a gallon, what we're getting for that extra 15 cents a gallon. Does that make sense? Okay, I really rambled on there. I'm going to take a drink of water from my Robin Hood cup because such a large part of my life was tied to that movie theater. Okay. Would I prefer a gas tax holiday over a gas rebate? Well, I'm glad you've asked this. Okay. No, here's why. I'm just going to do some estimates. It's been a while since I've done this. Gas rebate. Got my handy dandy gas. Oh, this is not a good color. It's not showing up on camera. Let's try the red. Let's try the red side. Rebate. That's way better. Equals $400 all at once. Also, so I like that because people could like choose to use how much, they want to put towards gas. They could put it towards other things. Gas tax holiday. I believe that I read that would be about, hold on, let me Google it. Let me Google it. I'll share the screen while I Google these things. Give me 2 seconds. I'm going to share my screen and we're going to Google it. We're going to first talk about, well, this was the screen that was up, which is a free program for Metro rides. But gas tax holiday. Hold on, got to take my glasses off. See, even though they're bifocals. Okay, yep, 51 cents. Oh, it's 5 different proposals. That's wonderful. Okay, so let me scroll down to where it said, this is quite a while ago at this point. Okay, so this is 51 cents would be the gas tax holiday, which I don't think they're talking about anymore. I'm going to make my screen bigger. I just filled up my Prius. I made a little short on that. And it was $40, right? Used to cost about $25 to fill up my Prius. Anyway, that's not the example I want to use. Let's say that your tank takes 10 gallons. I feel like pre-pandemic, no, that doesn't matter. Sorry, that doesn't matter at all. Let me get my math together here. This is the new job brain work going into effect. Gas tax holiday, 51 cents. Let's say that your tank takes 10 gallons to fill up. So 0.51 times 10 gallons equals $5.10 savings per time you fill up your tank. I just don't feel like people are really going to even notice that, right? And let's further the math here. I'm going to pull up my calculator. I'm not going to share my screen on that. So if you have a $10 tank, you'd be saving $5.10 each time you fill up. But gas, let's just call it $6 a gallon. So 6 times 10. So if it's $6 a gallon, I don't know why I got the calculator for that either, because it's times 10. So I can do that in my head. Times a 10-gallon tank, that equals $60. So the gas tax holiday would make it $5.10 cheaper. So that would be 55, 54.90. That would make it $54.90, right? To fill up your tank. Pre-pandemic, this is why I was going to talk about pre-pandemic. Pre-pandemic, I feel like gas was, let's call it $4. I feel like it was more like $3.89, but sometimes like $4.29. So let's go with let's just meet in the middle and call it 4. So before all of this, before inflation, gas was about $4 a gallon, I think. Times 10 equals $40. So basically, I'm still, even if we did a gas tax holiday, I'm still paying about $15 more again per time I fill up my tank than I was pre-pandemic. And I think what people really want is pre-pandemic gas prices. And they're saying that with gas tax holiday, that there's no guarantee. So even if we're not paying that 51-cent tax on each gallon of gas at the pump, they're saying that, like, basically oil companies could still raise their rates and we would still potentially be paying $6 a gallon, even though we had a gas tax holiday. So I don't think $5.10, people aren't going to feel that. Like, it's not enough of a benefit. What am I going to do with $5.10? Now, some people told me they had 17-gallon tanks, but still, let's do the math. I'm not going to be able to do it as quickly. And they were paying almost $100 every time they filled up. 17 times 0.51. Oh my God, that's half of 17 roughly. But anyway, is they'd be saving $8.67 every time they filled up their tank on a 17-gallon tank. 17 gallons times 6, yeah, means that they're paying $102. Whoop-de-doo about the $8.67. So I think the $400, I would prefer the rebate or refund in the form of $400 over the gas tax rebate, because I think that even $8.67, like, nobody wants to be paying over $100 to fill up their gas tank. That is the bottom line, right? That's what we want. We want to not be paying $100 when we go to the gas tank. My little Prius takes $40, and that's not even to quite get it full. I think I still had like 2 bars left. That got it 6.66 gallons the other day. $40. Pre-pandemic, I was paying 20. So let me tell you what, on 0.51 gas holiday times 6.66 gallons. Ooh, I'd save $3.40. So pre-pandemic, I was paying like $20 to fill up my tank. Now I'm paying $3.40. What would I do with that? Nothing. $400. Maybe, this is not my situation, but maybe I had to put a set of tires. I did pay $360 for a set of tires. I did put it on a credit card to get points. I'm financially able to pay that off as soon as the credit card bill comes, so that I'm not incurring any interest, but many families can't. So if they got that $400 at once, are they really going to use it towards gas? No, but they're going to maybe use it to offset credit card debt that they incurred, like buying 4 new tires for $360. Don't buy your tires from the dealership, guys. See if you can get refurbished tires, things like that. See if they can retread them. But I think that $400 all at once, people would appreciate more than less than $10 every time they fill up their tank. That's my personal opinion on that. But thank you for asking. Albert, thank you for saying that. Hi, Bonnie. Oh, be careful if you're driving, but thank you for stopping by. Bob says food programs should always be a priority for our government. They have a surplus of tax dollars right now in California. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Oops. Oh, your question is, would you qualify? It depends on how they decide they're going to do it, and they haven't decided yet. Diane, people say defund the police until they need them. And yes, the bad ones should be fired. Yes. And honestly, like, they need like trauma treatment. Like, I do think, like, if you have something, if happened to you, it's going to make you jumpy and edgier. And like, if you're a policeman, you have tragic things happen to you frequently. I don't know, at least that's how they portray it. I think that they need like sensitivity training and therapy. Like, and I think if they have something like tragic happen, they should be like not in the field for a while. They should like need like ample time to like mentally recover from that. I feel like what's going on with my comments? They just totally went away. I just went on a long time about the gas tax holiday. Guys, let me ramble more about something just totally, completely random. Have you guys heard me say that I like pickles before? Because Trader Joe's has a pickle bag. Pickles in a shopping cart near you. So I bought the reusable shopping bag that has pickles on it. Mom, I know you're very excited about this. I don't love bread and butter pickles though. I like the dill pickles. I used to have duct tape that said just dill with it. Also, J-Bay, I wonder if you ever experienced this. I have like 3 items that I have saved for an unboxing. I have stuff just sitting in my house taking up space because I'm like, ooh, this would be fun to make an unboxing video, including your Christmas present for my mom. When am I going to film that? And that's not what my channel's about anyway. But they say make videos you like. And I think it'd be fun to make an unboxing video. What am I going to do? It's not even finance related. Don't know. Make the unboxing video. Don't make the unboxing video. Just open up my stuff and enjoy it. I don't know. I got this weird thing. There was a TikTok about these kids. I'm not going to explain this right. I know. There's 2 little babies and it's like Easter and they get this chicken and it lays eggs. But guys, chickens lay eggs out of something. What is it called? Their plume, their it's a funny word that they lay their eggs out of. It's basically their behind. So chickens lay eggs out of their behind, just in case you didn't know. And this toy does that. And like this kid, so I bought that because I'm like, oh my goodness, this is crazy. So I bought a toy. My mom got me like a little baby Yoda chia pet that I was like, I've never had a chia pet. I was like, oh, I'll unbox this for everyone. I need to do that. And I bought some luggage. I love pickles, Taco Bell, Baby Yoda, cats, vampires. Anyway, I bought Taco Bell luggage. I should try and get them to sponsor that unboxing, but it's been a while now since they came out with that line. I need to get more brand deals and sponsorships. So you edited your own video. I gotta check. Let's check out J-Bay's channel because I can do the screen share. Let's see here. We're going to go to your channel. I'm just going to answer my own question. My question for you, J-Bay, is the video that you edited with Graham. Oh, what's going on there? Well, let's go to YouTube and we're going to type in J-Bay Real Estate Investing. Uh-oh, there's me. There's Graham. Oh, you're Jason Bay. There we go. Oh, where's our video? Did we not do one on your channel? I feel like we did. No, I'm not looking at just your channel. Let's go to just your channel. I am subscribed. Uh-oh. It's telling me all your, oh yeah, here's our video that we did together. So you guys got 512 views. So you guys should check that out. How to build passive income from nothing while working. This one, the wait or buy real estate now housing market. That's the one. I have not watched that yet. I watched about section 8. Also, this one, I've watched it twice. I think I've watched it more than twice. Anyway, check out J-Bay's channel. Can I hide all this? Let's hide the stats. There we go. Let's just go to your videos page. There we go. Ours is way down there. Where? I'm just babbling now because I've been on for more than an hour. You know, I liked the black and red thumbnails. Best of grades. There we are. All right, guys, I think, let's see if there's any questions. So you guys go go check out JBay's channel. Definitely check out our collaboration. And JB says, clever gifts to give when on a budget. Except for these weren't necessarily budget gifts. The luggage I bought was probably overpriced. But while I was traveling to get my training for work, my duffel bag that I got at the Salvation Army for like $5, the thrift store, the zipper broke. There were two zippers. One had broken a while ago. This one broke this time, and I had to I don't know, I had to MacGyver that thing back together so that I could get it on the plane. And so it was already broken. And then while I was on vacation, they were like, Taco Bell luggage launch. And I totally bought. I was like, well, this is an adult purchase. I should have some adult luggage. But I I don't think it would be Graham Stephan approved. But maybe since I'm about to be 45 and that's the first piece of luggage that I've ever purchased outside of the $5 duffel bag that I got. So maybe those two balance out. Balance. Life is about balance. Some things that you enjoy, some things that are practical. Anyway, all right, guys. Thanks so much for watching Shelly's Millions. I'm gonna head out. Have a great rest of your weekend. I hope you guys all enjoy Memorial Day, and thank you so much to those of you who served.